Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thank you so much for visiting me today. Today we are going to create a card with the Spellbinders Clear Stamp and Die of the Month Club kit. Now, well, this year I decided to do 2 cards and then also use the embossing folder of the Month Club kit. But mine didn't come in. There's some shipping issues, which is not a big deal, but we're going to use last month's embossing folder for our project today. So we're just going to create 1 card with the Spring Gnomes stamp set. Isn't this the cutest in the whole world? Oh my goodness. I love all the elements in here, including the little gnomes. Oh my goodness, they're just adorable. And then there is a coordinating die set that will die cut out all of the images, including the little ears that you can add to the little gnome's hat. And then there's some sentiments in here. And believe it or not, there are some sentiment dies that will die cut out Easter, Happy, and Spring also. I love that. So if you do use an embossed background, it's nice because you could die cut these out and place them anywhere on your panel. Pretty fantastic. So let's set our dies aside and we're going to jump in and do a little bit of stamping. I'm going to bring in some alcohol marker friendly cardstock and some acrylic blocks. I'm going to stamp with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and for this card we're going to use the Gentleman Gnome. And I'm going to ink him up and stamp him. I love the open areas because it just, for me, it means it's very easy to color in. Now I'm also going to take the little flower that has the butterfly and I'll stamp this as well. I'm going to grab a wipey. And then for this card also, we're going to stamp the little 3-piece banner. Put this back here. We're also going to stamp the little bunting or the banner, and I'm going to stamp this 3 times. Now I'm stamping 4 because I didn't get the point on this one, so, but we're just going to color in 3. Actually, I'll just color in 1 and then do the others off camera because they're all going to be the same. Okay, those are all of my images. I'm going to zoom in and play a little music while I color, and of course I'm going to leave the colors that I used up here in that corner for you guys. Before I go, I do want to take my Memento marker and I want to switch up the little diagonal lines on my gnome. Instead of diagonal lines, I think it'd be fun to create some checkerboard. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw some lines to create some checkerboard. It's very easy to do. Just kind of curve it a bit. And you have checkerboards. I think that'll be fun. Something a little bit different. But now I'm going to play some music and I'll finish up with my coloring. Okay, coloring is all done. Now we're going to go ahead and take our coordinating dies and we will line these up and die cut out all of our images. Okay, all of my images are colored in and die cut out. I'm going to zoom back out a little bit and then we'll put these aside, and then we are going to take, I'm going to go ahead and use the embossing folder of the month from last month, and this is where you want to substitute with this month embossing folder. You very well could, because I'm just going to leave it white. I just wanted a little bit of texture in my background, but I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine, and then while I'm at it, I'm taking some white cardstock, and this is a card front panel, by the way. It's just an A2 panel, so it's 4¼ inches by 5½. And then next I have some white cardstock that is 4¼ inches wide, and I'm going to be using the color block Scenic Scape, one of the dies in here, to create a little hillside. We're going to tape this down. I'll die cut this out. Okay, and then I'm also going to take the Spellbinders Sun and Clouds die set, and I'm going to die cut out the sun, and I could probably cut out a cloud in that one, maybe a sun too. Let's tape these both down. Nope, we'll just put them all in here. So 2 clouds and a sun with some white cardstock also. So I'm going to emboss and die cut. Be right back. All my die cutting is done. And there is my embossed panel. I'm going to go ahead and take my embossed panel and we'll put this, just using the tape runner, directly on our card base. I'm not going to add any color to it because I want to keep it kind of soft. I want a real soft spring look. And then we have our little sun. I'm going to be using my blending brush, and I'm just using the ink that's left over on my blending brush to color this in. And I always like to intensify the color on one side. So there's our sun. And then I'm going to keep the clouds white. This is my little hillside. I'm going to use the ink that's left over on my blending brush. This is probably Mowed Lawn, a combination of Mowed Lawn and Twisted Citron. But I'm just going to add some color to my hillside. Lovely. And then for this panel measures 3 inches by 4½ inches long. I'm going to add a little bit of color to the very top of it using my, I'm just going to use my baby white that I used to clean my stamp off, using my blue blending brush. And this probably has broken china and probably blueprint sketch. And I'm going to just add a little color. I want to go kind of in an arch over my panel. Adding a little bit of a blue sky. Lovely. I'm going to go ahead and add my hillside. I'm going to pop it up with some foam squares. Actually, a piece of foam tape would be better. Yeah, I think we'll go here. I knew I didn't add my sentiment. So we're going to add some more foam adhesive. I forgot my sentiment. So for me, it's easiest to make sure that this hillside is completely covered with foam adhesive. And then I don't think I'll have an issue with it stamping. Okay, for my sentiment for this card, I'm going to stamp Gnome Kisses and Spring Wishes. I think that's just adorable. And I'm just going to use my VersaFine ink for this. I'm going to go ahead and remove the release paper off of my foam adhesive. And this is going to go on the very bottom of my panel. Before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and use my tape runner and add some adhesive behind here. And then I have a piece of pop-up foam. Hopefully it's the right size. Nope, I'm going to have to trim it down a little bit. And we're going to add this behind here also. Now we get to create a scene, which I love to do. So we are going to start by adding our clouds. Let's grab some fun foam squares. Then we'll take our little gnome. He's going to be holding a flower, so I want to have him all the way to the left. Have him here, and then we'll add the flower. So cute. Now for my little banners, I'm going to use some small foam squares, and we're going to connect them. I might have to trim these down a little bit. Now for my let's go ahead and adhere this to the front of our card. And I need to double up on my very last foam square because this is going to go off in my embossed area. So we have to double this up to make it even. I think that looks so cute. Kind of light and airy and real playful. Now we need some bells and whistles. I am going to use my glazing glue, and we're going to go over the gnome's nose. I'm also going to go over the flower center. Now I do also want to add some color essential gems. I'm going to use the pink for the little flower centers inside of our little banners there, just so we have a little added sparkle. And then I also have, those are the pink ones, and then I also have some of the crystal mix. The crystal mix has like a real iridescent one, and then you also have like a I would say almost a clear iridescent. We're going to use the clear iridescent and just add a few extra gems. And then last but not least, I just think all butterfly wings need sparkle. So I'm going to use my Nuvo crystal drops. This is White Blizzard, and I'm going to go add a little bit of sparkle to the butterfly wings. And this gives a little bit of dimension also. And then on the banners, on the stripes, I'm going to go ahead and add on the pink stripes. We're going to add a little bit of sparkle on those too. And then that finishes my card today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my project. Nice, light, springy, airy card using the Spellbinders Clear Stamp and Die of the Month substance. It's called Spring Gnomes. Just adorable. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.